couple of weeks ago, I released my first time reaction and analysis to MAPHRA's Doomed. I really enjoyed where she went with her voice, the different colors and timbres that we heard. And a lot of you guided me to this one. This is Unethical, a Faouzia cover, which reminds me I do need to get back to Faouzia soon as well. I do have some reactions and breakdowns to her music as well. I'm also hosting a trip. Next year, May, we are going to Japan. The tickets will become live this Monday, 3rd of August, 1 p.m. British summertime. So put that reminder on your phone as there are limited early bird tickets. The link is in the description below and I'll also pin it to this video so you can go straight to the page, add your email so you don't miss out when those tickets go live on Monday. The itinerary looks amazing. We'll be going to Osaka and Kyoto, even Nara to the deer park, which looks adorable. It just all looks really exciting. Japan has been huge on my dream bucket list for such a long time. And I'm so excited that this could be happening with you guys. We can all meet in person, explore a fab part of the world. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Details are in that link, so do go and check it out. Let's get to the video.
Vertigo in your arms. Once again you hate me, then it's false alarm. That's just what you always do every time. Watch me when I break and say it's paradise. Set my body aflame. Lock me up and close the door when it rains. Maybe it's my fault I put you up so high. Darling, I think you can make the devil cry. And I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand and watch?
Okay, hold on. I love, just before we get onto the wonderful things that MAPHRA is doing vocally, did Faouzia write this song? Let me just double check this. So Faouzia is a co-writer of this song. This song is written so beautifully. The lyrics, I'll have to go back just to double check because that sorry but you're not sorry line came forward and it's just so strong and powerful. It's really moving lyrics. MAPHRA has such a still delivery when she is, you know, with the video that we are seeing. It's very still and she's just very present. The vocal line is very present in our ears. We can hear all these kind of breath, vocal fry, all the little dramatic choices that are like subtle, but they make the performance unique to her and you know, we're really drawn into that style of her. I received some comments actually on my previous MAPHRA video. You know, Wings of Pegasus is a channel that I love. I watch from time to time. It's very interesting. I love the way that he breaks and compares videos and really just highlights certain areas, especially when it comes to pitch correction, which we are hearing more and more of that every day. Unfortunately, we are hearing a lot of that. People are thriving for perfection. They want to be the next best thing. And how are we going to do that? Let's really straighten out these notes after in post editing. There's a lot of work after. And why did I not comment on this? First of all, the way that we are seeing this video, this isn't a new style of video to me. So maybe sometimes I don't mention, she has recorded it and now she's miming to it or singing over the top. You know, if you've watched any of my other videos like Voice Play or Home Free or just some other people who do videos, like still videos with a microphone as well, sometimes they are lip syncing or singing over their voice that they've recorded. Heck, I've done that as well. Some of my covers, I've pre-recorded it and then I like to sing over the top of it, so I am actually singing rather than just moving my mouth. People are all different, but sometimes I also do a live cover of something because they're also just going to capture everything live and in the moment. I don't know what my favorite is. It depends on what my outcome is. Anyway, I'm rambling. Basically, I just wanted to say, if you enjoy the music, that's the most important thing. Whether someone has, you know, included a lot of pitch correction or post-editing after, just a lot of things going on in the studio post-recording, take that as you will. I am talking about the timbre of her voice. That is still there. The tone of her voice, that is still there. We are still hearing that. We are still hearing all these lovely vocal fry moments. So having said that, let's talk about what she's doing really, really lovely. She's got this really nice open space. When we create this open dip down and maybe the tilt of the larynx, this is going to create a lovely dark timbre. We can feel that from the get-go. It's not bright and pinched and forward. It's really quite set back. And this allows, I think it's a very unique space for what we're currently hearing in the pop market, which is breathy, but then also very forward. So this is very, very nice, and it just feels very different to the ear. So instantly we're like, oh, this is different.
Vertigo in your arms. 1 second you hate me, then it's false alarm. That's just what you always do every time. Watch me when I break and say it's paradise.
There's lots of da-da-da, da-da-da, lots of tail offs at the end, but they're not disappearing. They're purposely put there. So the voice isn't disappearing. And here we can hear tons of that vocal fry. That vocal fry is that slack quality. The vocal folds are very lovely and relaxed. They're at their most relaxed state and just that kind of, I don't know, think Britney Spears, Kim Kardashian, MAPHRA singing this. We can hear that vocal fry and then the tone come forward. It's a really great way actually, exercise-wise, to get those vocal folds moving together and actually really controlling the movement. So have a go yourself.
It's paradise. Set my body aflame. Lock me up and close the door when it rains. Maybe it's my fault I put you up so high. Darling, I think you can make the devil cry. And I've been waiting for the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you.
I love that line. Da, 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 da. This is a great example of going between registers and actually allowing it to be in the, just allowing the vocal folds to go into their respective registers and not really add many tools on top. And what I mean by this is that we're lovely and thick, and then when we go da-da up here, we're swapping to our thin folds, right? And we're allowing it to be thin rather than including more of a full sound, which we know MAPHRA can do. We know her range and how she can blend, and dip into the mixed voice. This is beautiful. The vowel modification on sorry is sorry. We're open to an ah. So might be quite pinched, and actually because we're narrowing that, so might get quite of a mixed quality and a bit more of a blend. But because we are wanting to let that breath come through, a little bit of a spread and just keeping everything neutral, sorry, is really, really nice in this section. It's a beautiful display of control, dipping into the different registers there. And then da-da-da, when we come back down here, grabbing hold of that thick folds as if it's just, just another note. And it should feel, it's just, we want that ease to it when we're listening and when we're singing this. Just before she starts this, and I've been, she almost, I mentioned in my previous MAPHRA that cover that she kind of, it's like you can hear everything, but she's not moving her mouth a lot. And this can be down to, like we just mentioned, like the lip syncing, singing over the top, that everything just wants to be relaxed. But we can also hear in the way that the words that she is singing, the way that she is shaping her mouth, and I've been, and I've been, and I've been. Those are the words, but she's kind of going, mix them all together and creating quite a soft onset so that we land na on that I. She's using that N a little bit here as well. Almost like an L.
Waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand and watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close? Cut my heart right out of my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical? Got me on my knees. Have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby? Tell me, have I not given you enough? If you ever love me, let me go.
There are beautiful moments on this. It's kind of, we're sticking to the high range up here being lovely and soft and a bit more breathy. We're inviting some breath through the vocal folds. Then as we dip down lower in our range, we're making sure the full vocal fold closure, getting lovely clear sounds. And it's really nice. It's almost having an opposite effect of a yodel. Da-da-da. like allowing the vocal folds to almost get together quite abruptly. And it's a really cool effect because it feels jarring as well. It's not suddenly, it's very, the tone that she is getting is very smooth, but the transition feels like an attack, and it kind of goes with the message of the song. This is a skill as well. I think a lot of people slate, she's not singing this live, like, it's not true. Why are you commenting on her vocals when it's not singing like this is still her vocals? And actually, whether she is lip syncing or singing along, this is a skill as well, remembering what you did phrasing wise. That is tricky. So that's tricky stuff. There's some moments where it feels like maybe she's going a little bit off and then finding it again, but are we really here to talk about that? No. I'm not going to sit here and watch her mouth placement to see if it's matching up, because then I'm missing the whole point of the song. I'm missing the wonderful vocals. I'm missing the message of the song. And I want to hear where she's going vocally and seeing what she's doing. Anyway, so there's lovely pouts as well that she's doing. This is a lovely part of our range as well, kind of going through that first passage. Like we start up here and then we travel our way back down. When we are landing a little bit in our thicker folds, yes, we're getting a lovely kind of snap back almost, but we don't want it to be heavy. We don't want it to be pinched. She's doing this lovely like upside down, frown, not upside down smile, frown. And it's telling me that she is kind of, using a bit of that cry. And when we use that cry, whine, what that does, like, I genuinely mean like imagine like a cry voice. We are increasing the resistance in the vocal folds. The vocal folds are really working lovely and lovely together. This is why a baby can keep crying and not run out of their voice.
Tell me, have I not given
And look
you
how just,
enough?
the bow.
Let me go.
I love that escape right at the very end on the go.
I don't know what it is. Got me wrapped around your cold fingertips. Maybe it's my fault I can't walk away. Maybe I just started feeling a little shame. Oh, I've been waiting on the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No.
Even though, I just want to say quickly, even though it's still quite dark as she's ascending up, we have shifted. Da 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 da. These aren't necessarily low notes. Let's just see where we are. So those lower notes are around F3, G3. So yeah, we are on the lower side. Go. They almost sound lower though because she's going, and creating such a space around it. Kind of, she's not reaching for those notes, but she's just, because the space is just expanded, it feels darker than it is. It feels lower than it is. And then as we then go into this next section, she does shift and start placing it a little bit more forward. There's maybe a little bit of twang coming forward there as well, but definitely a bit more of a lift of the larynx, so we're a bit more of in a neutral setting.
Maybe it's my fault I can't walk away. Maybe I just started feeling a little shame. Oh, I've been waiting on the sunset.
You can hear that change.
Sorry, but you're never sorry, are you? No, you don't even care. How can you stand and watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close? Come on, right on my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. Isn't it a bit unethical?
It's such a da 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 da, like it's such a playful melody, even though the message is quite, well, it's very dark. The message is very sad, but it's a very playful melody, like where we're going interval wise, da 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 da, like we go in beautiful places, and this is, Fauzia's just wonderful co-writing this song. It's just beautiful. Yeah, you can see how open her mouth is there as well. I know, again, it's recorded over, but body, even the day body, the D part of that word is also day. We're opening up on more than A. This whole space, because of where we're navigating, she's just going back to an A placement vowel-wise. We can hear that, we can see that, but we can also hear that. So the mouth shape is matching what we're hearing vowel-wise as well as she's singing that. It's beautiful. But the ba-ha, as she moves up in pitch, breaking that body to ba-ha, like adding that aspirate onset there, also tells me that she's including a bit of that cry, because we are ha, ha, like when we break that off and include that aspirate, the vocal folds are then, yes, we're allowing breath to come through, but then we're working hard to get it connected, and that resistance comes into play as well. It's beautiful.
Is a little bit unethical. Got me on my knees, have any mercy every time.
Oh, such rich notes down there.
Tell me have I not given you enough? If you ever love me, let me go. Let me go. I'll let you go. If you let me go. I've been waiting on the sunset, waiting on a sorry, but you're never sorry, are you?
Oh, sorry, I have to stop there because there's so many wonderful. I love how we're building this. So we can hear how each time we're getting fuller and fuller. And how are we going to do this when we're really going over the first passage? First passaggio is when our vocal folds want to go from thick to thin really quickly. So at the beginning, remember I said we're kind of staying in the respective areas of our range, thick and then thinning out as we get higher. How are we feeling like we're a bit thicker up at the top? Well, we are blending what is this note as well? It's a B flat up there, so we can bring up our thick folds and without mixing. And I think that's what, we're getting a lovely thick sound here. Unethical. When we go up there, then it needs to be a little bit more blended but to the ear, it can feel like one continuous voice. And this is just, a display of her wonderful instrument and knowing what she needs to do when to achieve the sound that she wants. It's beautiful. I love how she's really navigating this. It's like each time we hit those lower notes, we really just hold on to that thicker folds, and that's what's going to help us anchor and support and bounce up to these high notes really lovely and freely. Again, that cry. Twang is now more in play as well. Each time on those bigger, fuller, let me go, those moments. Beautiful.
Let you go.
That cry there as well. That helps.
You don't even care how can you stand and watch while I'm breaking all my bones, trying to hold you close. Come on, right out my body, tearing off my skin just to let you in. It's not a bit unethical. Got me on my knees, have you any mercy every time you hurt me, baby? Tell me if I'm not giving you enough. If you ever love me, let me go.
Whoa, hold on. I know that was just the ending, but we'll listen to a little bit of the ending again. I love the switch up going. Sometimes we're bringing that distortion in now, that kind of angst in a little bit. We're getting a little bit of that, that grit coming through, and it's a beautiful display. It's we're not forcing any more volume to come through and putting the pedal and really shouting. It's just different muscles playing to get that to come through. And I love how we're allowing it to be there sometimes, and then sometimes we really draw back and hear that, the storytelling of the song come through. A lot of people mention it like the acting, but I think sometimes it's not like, now I want to be, it's just how she's connecting with the music. I feel like the term acting in the sense of standalone songs and covers like this kind of doesn't make sense in my brain, because there's not a full story plot. Yes, there is in terms of this song. So she's telling the story beautifully. Yes, there are acting moments in this, but she isn't choosing to be like, I want to act like this in this moment. She's just letting the song take her away. Does that make sense? That's how I feel anyway. So I love the moments where you really feel, actually, I think the first moment we heard that distortion, that moment where she came back down, there was a slight wobble, and not wobble of the notes, but just kind of it's showing that tremble in her voice, the vulnerability in her voice. And I love that. And I love that that wasn't edited to be straightened out or something. She's got a lovely vibrato that does come through. So it's just, it's really well delivered. And that moment at the end where she really quietens down, that when she's bringing down that volume, that cry and resistance is still super, super important. Twang is going to help us be louder, but that whine is going to ensure that we've got lovely full vocal fold closure to do whatever we want. And I love how she draws that in. Oh, and also listen out for the modifications now, because there are some times where she said knees and now it's nays. We're really dropping that jaw. It's more of like an eh.
Close, come on, right out my body, tearing off my skin
again. Nice. Something like A. Yeah, no, oh, it's beautiful. It's like connected to her thicker folds, and then she really softens that up. Oh, beautiful cello at the end. Yeah, wonderful. I love how she really controlled that at the end and just showcased both qualities there at the end. Really, really controlled, beautifully displayed. You can always hear that crying coming into play for that storytelling. If you ever love me, let me go. That kind of, and I love how we really soften up and lose a lot of that speechy, you know, thicker fold connection and just let it be soft and vulnerable. Woo! That was wonderful. Super happy that I got round to a second cover by MAPHRA. Let me know where you want me to go next. I think someone mentioned Silence, that you want me to look at that one, so that might be the next one. And just to go back on what I mentioned in this video, I know I might get more comments in this one, you know, saying how she isn't singing live, yeah. Does it really matter? If I'm analysing a live performance, sure, but I'm gonna be talking about the vocals anyway. And I know, okay, cool, she is in this setting. Let's see how she's gonna sing this. Wow, what an amazing voice. You know, it's kind of, do you enjoy it? Great. If it's not for you, that's fine, you can go. But anyway, long story short, don't be mean in the comments. Cool, thanks. Be sure to check me out over on Patreon, and I was holding this cup throughout the video. I went to the Grand Prix in Spa-Francorchamps. You can go check it out now. The vlog is on my second channel. Go check out the other links in the description below as well, like my Patreon page. Do hit that subscribe button, the bell button, and a thumbs up button. I will see you very soon. Bye.